Professor Tanimọjọ Ifajẹngbesi relocated to Botswana in 2016, and part of his reason was the degeneration in the welfare of the academic staff of Nigerian universities, regretting that ASUU Leadership became something else as from 2012, when the leadership singularly amended the constitution to be extorting 2% of each ASUU members' monthly salary as a monthly membership subscription, and to increase or decrease the percentage as deemed fit by the leadership alone. And as if that were not enough, as from 2013, when the implementation of the 2009 agreement was due, that was the year ASUU Leadership started getting the so-called end academic allowance to end every strike, rather than getting government to implement the 2009 agreement, bordering on welfare packages and the increment of salaries for federal universities workers, academic and non-academic. But from that year 2013, the so-called end academic allowance, which is not anybody's end allowance but a lump sum bribe agreed between ASUU Leadership and government, shared with the non-academic unions, which leaders and their cronies, like ASUU leaders and their cronies, also become automatic multimillionaire from the bribe, giving pittance to common members, academic and non-academic common members. Anyway, last week Thursday, I had a chance encounter with Professor Ifajẹngbesi, and I was curious. I said, Prof, have you been following the drama of ASUU Leadership and government? He said about ASUU threatening deceptive strike. I laughed. I said, Prof, I admire you because you have not forgotten home. He said, if I have forgotten home, you will not see me here. Some of my children are in Nigeria, and I have not cut off relationship with my extended family members. I said, okay, that means, Prof, that you don't believe in the strike threat, in the threat of strike by ASUU Leadership. He said that the strike is deceptive, is as deceptive as ever, that ASUU Leadership is pretending to apply medicine after death, that after getting the usual bribe from government, what strike will ASUU declare? I said, well, at least ASUU has not even given any timeline for the strike. For all we know, in the words of Professor Ifajẹngbesi, ASUU Leadership has become a disgrace, exploiting and humiliating ASUU members. Prof, How do you mean humiliating ASUU members? He said yes, because when you turn intellectuals into slaves and they cannot even protest, isn't that humiliating? Intellectuals. That it is horrible. The extent to which ASUU leadership is making life miserable for ASUU members, including taking their earned allowances in their names rather than allowing them to get their own allowances from the employer. And that, what sense does this make for a workers' union to be charging monthly membership subscription by salary percentage? Well, I said some members of us, not many members for all I know, have complained, but the almighty ASUU leadership is unrepentant. I said, well, that's what I mean by humiliating ASUU members. So, purporting to be threatening strike after collecting bribe from government. That's, well, but not every ASUU member is even aware of the atrocities of ASUU. Yes, I was amazed the extent to which Professor Ifajẹngbesi has been following developments in Nigeria, with particular reference to the dishonesty and exploitative policies of ASUU leadership. Prof did not mince words, saying the rot in the Nigerian university system should be blamed on ASUU leadership, the university's administrators, and government condoning and colluding with ASUU leadership to make the exploitation of ASUU members and the non-academic workers possible. I said, Prof, have you been following my program on this issue? He waved his hand, and that was the end of the conversation.